Alright, so in this video, we're going to look at this question. Alright, so the question that I have here is, calculate the value of the angle marked X. Calculate the value of the angle marked X. So this is the figure. We have X here, we have 104 degrees. And we have this option. So option A is 26 degree, option B is 36 degree, option C is 46 degree, option D 56 degree, option E 66 degree. All right. So again, the question is to calculate the value of the angle marked X. All right. So we have X here. So in this figure, you can see this straight line. All right. Where these two angles lies. This is angle X. This is angle 124. This straight line, you can see it. All right. So you should know that the sum of angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees. Alright, very important. Sum of angles on a straight line is equal to what? 180 degrees. Alright, so what that means is that if I have a straight line such as this, and I have another line like this, alright, this is a straight line. Alright, so if I label this angle as A and I label this angle as B, you should know that my A plus B is equal to what? 180. Why? Because sum of angles on a straight line is equal to what? 180. This is the straight line. Alright? So this entire angle A plus B is equal to what? 180. This is a very important law in angles. Sum of angles on a straight line is equal to what? 180 degrees. Alright? So if we look at this question, you should know that sum of angles on a straight line is equal to what? 180 degrees. So you should know from this figure that X plus 124, because this is a straight line, all right, and this is the entire angle. So you should know that your X plus 124 should be equal to what? 180 degrees. And what is the reason for this? The reason is because sum of angles on a straight line is equal to what? 180 degrees. Alright, so X plus 124 cannot. Alright, you cannot add S to 124. So what I will do here is to collect like terms. I will take this 124 degrees to the other side of the equation. Alright, so when this 124 degrees crosses to the other side of the equation, it will become minus 124. Alright, so this will be X is equal to 180. So when this 124 crosses, it becomes what? Minus 124. Alright, so 180 minus 124 will be equal to what? 56 degrees. Alright, so this is my answer to this question. My X is equal to what? 56 degrees. So what that means is that if here is 56 degrees, if you add 56 plus 124, it will give you what? 180. Again, you should know that sum of angles on a straight line is equal to what? 180. So that means that 56 degrees plus 124 degrees added together will give you what? 180 degrees. Alright, so this is a very simple and a straightforward mathematics. It's very simple. It's very important that you should know this theorem or this law, that sum of angles on a straight line is equal to 180 degrees.